Hey guys, today we're taking a closer look at the Tascam Porter X8. Also, today we're testing a couple other things. Like as you can see, this is now different camera angle, and this should be now a really different camera angle as well. And as I said, this is now a little bit different situation here. We're upgrading the studio, but yeah, let's dive right into it. I bought a couple months ago the Tascam X8. Reason being, I do a lot of podcasts, and podcasts, man, they are iffy. Sometimes you basically shoot a podcast and the mic levels have to be adjusted, and it's really nice to have 32-bit. And this thing has 32-bit. It has 6 ports actually, and I kind of want to show you because like this is an absolutely game changer. 32-bit basically just means raw audio. So let's say you have audio that is clipping, and yeah, this allows you basically to record in 32-bit. And the 32-bit, if it's too quiet or too loud, it's never ever clipping, what is super good. Obviously, it has 6 ports, so you see they're all numbered, what is very nice. Has in and out spots, headphone jack, and you obviously can adjust levels. Build quality is really amazing. Let me actually power this one on here. And this is now here kind of like a Taylor shopping center infomercial. It's booting up right now, as you can see. Big fan of this thing. It has like multiple options, obviously, and it's touchscreen, which is super nice. Really easy to use. But let's go right back into it. It has an ASMR setting. It has like a microphone where it's basically you can just hit record and it records everything. Another nice thing is like I use always the manual one. Let me actually show you. This is the manual. And if you plug anything into this, it basically shows you all the ports. So this is actually a port 2 that you can unlock and unscrew here, make it twist, and then it unlocks basically. Yeah, I hope I don't break it now. And then you can just detach this. This is basically just like a little adapter here that you can put in there. You see? And this is the port. What is really nice, so you basically can put stuff in there. In the beginning, I thought, okay, this is like meant to like move around, but as you can see, this is just plastic. So it's kind of stuck in the way how it is. But yeah, this is absolutely game changer if you do podcasts. I think it's like $400, and it's really neat because like you can shoot 32-bit, obviously, and also 32-bit float. It's called for the professionals. In the end, it's just raw audio, and it just gives you like a lot of flexibility in your recording settings. But yeah, you can also adjust like the input levels and everything. You get different recordings. So you get one mix, and then you get each microphone input as a separate line. So you can adjust the audio. So you can adjust the audio levels separately. Yeah, obviously the interface it's amazing. I'm using it also for weddings because audio is probably the most important part, and there's always somebody talking too quietly, and with all those ports it's really easy to basically get the adapter cable here that I have for some wireless microphones. I have also the DJI, and basically I can plug this in here, and then I get build quality also really good here. And then I plug this cable in basically into the DJI, and I get the wireless mics going in here. It's still 32-bit and you can adjust it, but if the wireless mic clips, it clips. You can't change that. But you have a lot of flexibility what you do, what goes into here. Also, this is very powerful if you record like bands or anything like this. And yeah, overall, big fan of the Tascam. I was like thinking about buying maybe, I think it's the FX3 from Zoom, but it didn't have anything where I'm like, yeah, I need this. This is actually just a one and done deal. You buy this, you have 32-bit, you have up to 6 ports, so you can have a whole podcast going on with like 2 mics, 4 mics, maybe even 6. But it is like the one and done deal for me, and that's basically what sold me. And the safety of 32-bit, game changer. Yeah, now I want to show you actually like a couple more of close-ups. Let's go right into it here. Actually, let me do this one. Yeah. So this is also like a new setup that I want to show. So this is actually a manual lens. And as you can see, we got here the ports that are very nice. I big fan of this. Um, I usually put in like one of those microphone splitters in there, and then I have like up to like 8 headphones that I can adapt to it. But it's a separate part. This is also this is like the mix setting. So you can click on here, and then you can adjust all the levels. Home obviously, and then you can go into inputs, and you can basically boost levels. There's another setting like here. You can put the gain low and high, and then you have here like a ton of settings. Most importantly though, it's really important that you set the setting to 32-bit float, because like in the standard version it's just 32, the regular bit rate, and then it obviously doesn't give you any benefits. But with this, yeah, I really dig it, because you can adjust all the different ports, how much they are boosted or not. This thing has basically all the bizzles and wells. Whistles and bells that you really need for audio. So yeah, this is the one and done deal for weddings in my eyes. Also, it's really nice. I forgot to show. You actually can power this via the USB-C, and that is very powerful as well. Because if you power this with the USB-C, the battery life does not really matter. And currently, I use like some of those Amazon batteries that are like rechargeable, and they just don't last. Obviously, this thing lasts like depending on how many mics you put on there. So if you use podcast mics, they need power. Like they use the phantom power, and that will basically drain the battery. So the batteries of this thing will power the microphones if they are phantom powered. If they're the regular like micro for 4 or 5, whatever, 3.5, it's like a regular aux cable microphone. It's not using phantom power, and it will last way longer. But if you use like phantom powered microphones, you need to have like an external power source to guarantee like 2, 3, 4 hours of runtime. Otherwise, if you use regular mics, this lasts for forever. Also, if you buy like regular batteries, you can use them instead of rechargeable ones, because they have usually a little bit more power and last longer. At least from my experience, it could be also like that my batteries are bad already, and yeah. But yeah, you can. It also has the screw hole here, so you can actually adapt. That's what I do. I have here my favorite. I have here the iFootage tripod. Looks very slick in combination with this. But yeah, basically all I want to do today is like test this little setup here and do a little quick live stream about like the Tascam. And yeah, this is my setup that I usually use on the podcast now. Crank that tripod. Let's actually show this, and then I just put it here, let it run, and yeah, this is usually how I do, and it does a good job. Also looks like really professional. That's the reason why I really dig the iFootage tripod here. And look how that looks. This is great. This is phenomenal. Obviously, it is not cheap. But I think it's like $3.99 right now, and that's quite juicy. But it's like top-notch audio. So there's literally nothing that can go wrong if you have that thing. The only thing what could go wrong, if you set the levels to really high so that it boosts the audio signal to a lot, and then the input level is also really hot, but usually that never happens, and you really actively have to try to mess it up. Usually if it's in the standard settings, it's nearly impossible to make that thing clip, and even if it's too quiet, because it's 32-bit, you can crank that 32-bit and get a lot of like gain out of that. Yeah, it is really worth the money.